In 1982, a devastating fire engulfed a three-story apartment building in Lowell, Massachusetts. 8 people tragically lost their lives, including 5 children. Amid the ashes, a man named Victor Rosario was accused, convicted, and sent to prison for arson and murder. But what if I told you that he spent 32 years behind bars for a crime he didn't commit? On March 5, 1982, a fire broke out in a crowded apartment complex, taking the lives of 8 innocent people. Investigators quickly determined that the blaze was caused by arson. They turned their attention to Victor Rosario, a local man who had been at the scene and tried to save the victims. During a grueling police interrogation, Rosario, a Puerto Rican immigrant with limited English proficiency, signed a confession. That confession became the cornerstone of his conviction, despite inconsistencies and the lack of physical evidence tying him to the crime. The case against Rosario was built on shaky ground. Investigators relied on outdated fire science, claiming patterns in the burn marks indicated arson. However, years later, experts would prove those conclusions were fundamentally flawed. Back in the 1980s, investigators often misinterpreted fire patterns. Many of the techniques used to determine arson have since been debunked. The Lowell fire was no exception. For 32 years, Victor Rosario lived behind bars, separated from his family and labeled an arsonist and murderer. But he never gave up hope. With the help of organizations like the New England Innocence Project, his case was revisited. In 2014, his legal team presented new evidence, including testimony from fire science experts who disproved the original arson theory and questioned the validity of his confession. After years of tireless effort, Victor Rosario's conviction was overturned. The court ruled that his confession had been coerced and that the fire's cause was likely accidental. On July 10, 2014, Victor Rosario walked free, a vindicated man. He had spent more than 3 decades fighting for the truth. Today, Victor Rosario is an advocate for criminal justice reform and a symbol of resilience. He speaks about his experience to ensure others don't suffer the same fate. His story reminds us that the justice system is not infallible and that it's never too late for the truth to come to light. Victor Rosario's journey from wrongful conviction to freedom is a testament to the power of perseverance and the human spirit. If you found his story inspiring, consider supporting organizations like the Innocence Project, which fight for the wrongfully accused. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to help spread awareness about stories like Victor's.